Hello and welcome to 4,000 and counting. I'm Watty. Everybody knows who that is. He's back. Charity game, baby. Mark is back in the house. Mark, welcome back, mate. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, mate, missed it, and it's been fun to keep in contact with everything and the tournament. So to be doing it and being a part of that, it's been nice. So yeah,
Mate, how's summer in Vienna treating you? Sounds like you've been having a lot of the better weather than we have over here in the UK.
it's it's been very hot, and the weather's going to keep continuing. So I like that. That's what summer's all about. But working, oh,
So what
yeah.
what am I looking at? I'm looking at coming over. Actually, I don't know if you're going to be in the country or not, but I'm looking at coming over for the Bruno home opener on the 18th of September, and then Vienna play on the 20th. I think it's either pre-season or a Champions League game or like a Europe game. I don't fuck those. But I'm looking to go over. But the weather still be nice then.
In
September time?
September.
Still be quite
September
nice,
will
shouldn't it?
be, yeah, September should be okay. It's
It'd
normally
be
the
better than
turning
here,
point,
wouldn't
but
it?
it can either be nice or it can be shit. So one or the other.
And to be fair, I've been to Vienna a couple of times and I've had it nice and I've had it shit. It is definitely nicer walking down the Danube when there's a bit of sunshine, walking through the park,
Yeah.
and just having a good time. It's much better when the sun is shining in Vienna. What do you make of Bruno so far? Obviously, they hired a coach. He's now gone. They've brought in a new dude. You're probably keeping your ear to the ground more than I am. Are you excited for the new year, or can you not see them being as good this year as they were last?
Well, I just think it's hard to really say. It looks underwhelming, but when you look
Okay.
at it, there is talent. There are good players on that team. Like I'm not saying that they're a bad team. It's just for expectations, I suppose. Maybe they didn't quite match. I know there was, when the coach had left, that changes plans. That changes the whole thing when there's signings still to be made.
Especially if you're a
I
guy that's
think,
signed to, let's say you follow your coach. Your coach signs in Bruno. You were with him last year, 2 years ago, whatever it may be. You decide, fuck it, I want to go. I want to follow him. He wants me to go. I'll go. If that is the case and the coach leaves, you're not going. You're gonna
yeah.
leave. You're gonna go. You're gonna go somewhere else. So it'd be interesting to see how it affects their recruitment when it comes down to the business end of the summer, because obviously they get going a lot earlier than we do over here.
They were starting camp in May, I think.
Guys just all
End of
fucking
May.
yoked come September. Everyone's just absolutely shredded and beasted up. But yeah, mate, I'm looking forward to getting back over there. I'm gonna hit up some different places in Europe this year, ladies and gents. Um, some out there ones. Obviously, went to Barcelona last year, and it was the biggest clusterfuck ever. I got sick. The game got moved to Madrid. Yeah, it was just a gong show. But this year, we're gonna try and get to Romania. Mark suggested a nice couple of spots for me to check out there, so I'm gonna try and get there, and I'm also gonna go and try and catch a game in Croatia, mainly for selfish reasons. Fucking
I was
nothing,
gonna say this.
nothing much to do with the hockey whatsoever. I just want to go to Croatia. Do you know what I mean? Like, why not? And then they do play hockey there, and they've been they've been up against us in Olympic qualifiers and World Championships in the past. I want to kind of see what the domestic league is like. We got to see a bit of what the Romanian league was like. Obviously, it was when Ben O'Connor went over there, everybody started following it a little bit more. Everybody maybe started checking in on Benny's results, and you start to pick up some names and bits and pieces. Not only that, you've pumped Romania's tires as a place to go since I've known you. You
Yeah,
you love
I
it there.
mean, there's a lot to look forward to when you think of the league. Like when O'Connor was there, the league has progressed slightly. Like the
Yeah.
standard has improved a lot, and they've brought in certain things in place. I believe as well in the Romanian league, they don't allow import netminders.
Okay, interesting.
Correct me if I'm wrong there, someone, but I think that's how it is.
I thought you was going to ask me. I was
But
going to say I don't fucking know.
but in general, like Romania, like I know you see this negative publicity, but like honestly, it's a really beautiful country. It's such a wild country. It's the kind of place you want to go and just get some headspace, put your phone away, put your phone in your bag, switch it off, just enjoy the nature, enjoy the peaceful life, because I find that people there just appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, and we all need that from time to time. That's pretty much I've said to you. Since obviously you left, I've slowed the podcasting way down for the last 3 months. I'm obviously starting to ramp it up a little bit now. We got the charity game, had JJ Pitchley on last week. The interviews are going to start coming back, folks. We're back in the zone. We're going to get to all the charity game stuff. We had a live episode last night. Shout out Bandy, Morsey, Sally, and Scotty Mac for giving up their time on a Sunday evening, and we'll go through the teams as we go later on. But yeah, having some time away from social media, fuck me, that's good for you. Can't stress that enough. Because funnily enough, when I wasn't doing the 4,000 encounter shit, I barely look at mine. Like,
It's healthy. That's healthy.
like obviously the thing would be like when you're on 4,000 counting, you're logged in, it's going off, and then naturally you're going to pick yours up more. But where I've kind of just been keeping it on the back burner for a couple of months, yeah, it's been well needed, but I'm actually feeling refreshed. I'm feeling excited for the season. It is, I think, obviously the charity game helps. It gets the juices flowing a little bit. You start talking to all the lads. When you start talking to the boys, they start to tell you their plans and stuff like that. It gets you a little bit more excited. Obviously, when you talk to the lads as well, they tell you who the teams actually signed. Obviously we're only in the end of July here, so not everybody's been announced, but everybody's been fucking signed. Um, I don't think I've seen you. What do you make of our boy Mac getting the Steel Dogs GM role?
Oh man, like it's the best. Like just in the grand scheme of things, it's one of the best things for British hockey. Not just club level. Like I think he's gonna make people see things different. I think he's gonna bring a lot, and
He'll batter you over
we've
the head with
known.
it.
Seriously, incredible appointment. Like, I'm really, really happy for him. He deserves it. And finally, I think people that shit talked him will finally start to respect and see what he brings to hockey and his knowledge
Yeah.
and everything else. Like, I think he gets overlooked by a lot of these mutants online, but
Well, obviously you
they're going to
you
start to see.
work with Mac on 4,000 account, and you've been in the group chats and stuff like that over the years when we've had him. Man talks sense about hockey. He's rarely wrong. I rarely disagree with him on anything he says. The way I look at it, I share a lot of the same values and opinions as Mac. I like that he doesn't suffer a fool. I think the Steel Dogs people will like that he doesn't suffer a fool. And I've said before on, I can't remember if it was a live or one of the other episodes I did on my own, really need to let Tony really needs to let him do his job. Good communication top to bottom,
Absolutely.
but he needs to let him do his job. And I think if he does that, Mac will thrive. And he's going to do a really, really good job there. I did not have it on my bingo card when he was retiring from the RAF and he was looking at all these jobs and doing all these fucking courses and like in the middle of some like fucking bunk bed haven in Telford for like 4 days that his next gig was going to be the Steel Dogs GM. But it is, and I think it's kind of perfect. It's perfect. And yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again, all the best, Mac. We hope to see you smash it.
Yeah.
Mark, should we go to the charity game?
Yeah, let's talk about this. This has been honestly, I'm gonna say it. This has been I absolutely love doing the setting these
Explain.
events up. I love doing these events. This one this year has been so hard. Like I cannot tell you how difficult it's been this year. It's nobody's fault. That's the thing. It's sod's law. It's the time of year where you've got that space. You get the ice time. The season's over. Playoffs are over, and holiday season begins.
Should I
Kids,
hold up? Should I
plays
read?
have kicked.
I'll read what I sent to Ali earlier. Obviously, Ali sorting the jerseys for us. Shout out Jersey 53. What
Yeah,
a fucking pain in the ass it's been this year, mate. We must have spoken to over 120 guys. GB senior camp, junior camp, end of season dues, EIHL training camps, and lads on holidays. Players and goalies dropping like flies. Call ups, fucking last minute stag dues. whatever you can think of has gone on, and me breaking my phone for 2 weeks, right in the midst of the fucking busiest spell of messages, having some retro ass phone that I couldn't get on Instagram, so Mark's kidding messages for like 2 weeks straight. Yeah, it's been hard work. So buy a fucking ticket. Like, please. Like, this is what we're doing it for. We're not doing it for fun. Like, it's good to do it, but the reason we're doing it is to put the tournaments on for kids. That's this year's goal. And yeah, if you haven't, please do go to ticketlab.co.uk. You can buy a ticket. Tickets have actually started flying off the handle now. I like it. This is what I like to see. Still nowhere near enough tickets for my liking. I want about 15 times what we've sold already. So we're gonna be pushing it. Hence why we're back. Hence why we are bringing you a podcast. Mark, did you catch any of the live draw?
No, I didn't.
Get,
I
do
didn't.
you think it
I actually
started on
missed.
time, or do you think it was late? It's 4,000 and counting, bear in mind.
It's 4,000 and counting, but the majority of people that are on there, I would say, wanted to be bang on the time. So I'm going to say that it was on time for that reason.
It was fucking not on time. It started, it gets to 7:50 and Sonny's like, what time's this 7:30 live draft start? I'm like, mate, basically, I don't know what my laptop's done for whatever reason. Click on more, click go live on Facebook. I can only now do it to my Peak Fitness page for whatever reason. Can't find 4,000, so I'm batting around in the background, try to connect the accounts, won't work. I'm like, okay, well, put a message out. We'll go live on our YouTube. So, like, go live on YouTube. No, you can't do that. You need to double authenticate your account and change the password. Finally, we got onto YouTube, and yeah, it was good, man. It was good fun. It's always good to talk to the boys. You know how it is when you have these drafts, Mark. You sit off the air and you shoot the shit and you tell some stories and the boys catch up, and it was awesome to do that. Always good fun to see those lads. Sully got the number one pick, Bandy the number two pick, Morsey took the number three pick, and then Scotty Mack took 4 and 5. We went back through the order. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't think about this until this afternoon. This year, Malik Martelli went number one overall in the draft. Did he go number one overall in the draft last year? I think he did.
Your brother had first pick, yeah,
Yeah. Malik
and
was,
he did,
Malik was on the green team, right?
yeah.
Number one, 2 years in a row. Shout out Malik, you little stud. Fucking little savage. Boys wanted him. It was good. Like the boys had some banter during it, and I think the lads are excited. Obviously, the group chat's popping off. We're kind of arranging a little night out. We're arranging all the veterans to be in kind of one locker room and stuff like that as well. So I think you're going to have a room of, you know, Bixie, myself, Chad Reeky, Scotty Mack, Morsey, Sully, Bandy. So I think, we might get some story time for the boys going, and we might be able to have a little more fun than we did last year. I'm looking forward to that aspect of it. Obviously, us boys, since we stopped playing, we don't get to see each other very often. So when we do this, and it is for a good cause and it is for charity, all the boys are more than happy to give up their time for a couple of slices of pizza and a couple of cans of beer. I mean, we can't thank him enough. We got Bandy, obviously, he's coming back from France. We got Bones coming down from Hull. We got Kay and Dan Crow coming from Sheffield. We got lads coming from Telford. So, plus guys locally and elsewhere. But we can't thank those boys that are jumping in the car 2.5, 3, 4 hours, jumping on a plane. Like these go a long way. Like obviously no one's getting paid for this. It's just two slices of pizza and a couple of cans of beer. Like that's the boys' payment for being there. So that is why we do these things. We get the tickets bought. It's going to raise money. We're going to put some junior tournaments on up and down the country next year. We've spoke about it on many previous podcasts. Maybe I'll do another little video to go in depth with our plans, explain how the tournament plans are going to work, explain how the live stream is going to work, explain what additional funds will be needed. We've already had massive discussions with ice rinks up and down the country. Some of the junior clubs have come back to us with some fantastic hourly rates, and we can't thank them enough. The cheaper the hourly rate, we need 5 to 6 hours of ice to make each tournament work. The cheaper the hourly rate, the more tournaments we can afford to put on. It's fucking it's that simple.
Simple.
If your rink is like 250 an hour, don't even bother contacting us. We will not. I'm not going to put on a tournament that costs us £1,500 when I can put on two tournaments that cost us £600 each. And some of the ice time getting chucked around at me, that is very doable. So I would bear that in mind if anyone is going to plan on once we raise the funds, once we plan on taking applications, we're gonna want a good reason. Like obviously we're going to put these tournaments on, but we're going to have to make decisions, and tough decisions are going to be made. So we're going to want to know what age group you're putting forward within your club, why you think your club should be awarded a host, and we're going to want to know what sort of volunteers you're going to have. There's going to be a lot into awarding these tournaments because we're not just going to hand the ice time out willy nilly to any Tom, Dick, or Harry. It's going to be done properly, and these tournaments are going to be named by 4,000 accountants. So it's our name on it. Believe it or not, we do care what people think, and especially when it is on the back of the charity money. We need to make sure that it's going to be used correctly and that everyone that participates has a good time, remains safe, injury free. Like we're going to want at least a paramedic at every event or a physio or something like that. So that's going to be down to each club, the host club. That's going to be part of your acceptance. If you don't have one, we will not accept you. It's that straightforward.
100%.
It's that straightforward. Obviously, once your club's successful, we would like to be in contact with you regarding live streaming the games. We're going to use the 4,000 counting YouTube platform. I think that's going to be a good way to get the kids out there. And why not? You know, you got a stud 15-year-old ripping it up at a 4,000 counting tournament. We're followed by a lot of people. Who knows who's watching? And also, if we have that talent, we also have many connections. We can then speak to someone in Europe, speak to someone in North America. Oh yeah, go to our YouTube channel, game 3 on this day. Check out number 15. Watch him play. Like, it's a big picture for us here. And the big picture is getting the kids from here to here to here. And ice time is going to be part of that. Exposure is going to be part of that. Playing the game the right way is going to be part of that. The rules in our tournaments, I think you will like. And yeah, as long as no one does anything stupid, you're not going to see any fucking 47 game suspensions getting handed out. I think the 4,000 counting. And we will have a Department of Player Safety, by the way, folks. If you do something stupid at one of our events, you'll never play in it again. So it's that fucking simple. There'll be no bans because if this goes as well as I think it does, and we get to then have our second game in Scotland and potentially a third game in Aberdeen as well, in Dundee, sorry, with help from the folks at Aberdeen, there's a potential to put quite a lot of these tournaments on. It will be an ongoing thing. And I think if it is successful, there must be some businessmen that are willing to back us and stick some money in the old skyrocket for continuing this on. Obviously, this is this year's kind of charity or this next focus for us. But obviously, we would like the charity games to go back to being about charity as well. So there's many causes that we really support on 4,000 counting. We have done over the years. Obviously, love to do stuff with Royal Marsden, Calm Mind, any of those sort of charities. There's many that we've done before. We would like to get back to doing some stuff for them, but this is a great opportunity for us to give something back to the sport that we love and for the kids. So that's what you're buying your tickets for. That's what you're buying your own loans for. And that is what we're doing it for this year. You know, it takes time, takes a lot of time out of myself and Mark's day to be on messages. And I think today I've spent 7 or 8 hours on Canva. My fucking eyeballs are like, ugh. But we've got the team lists out, we've got the fixtures out, we've got the individual games out. Coming up next, we're going to have the player sponsorship opportunities. Just a small fee. It's just an extra way. Not shitting you guys, just an extra way of, you know, if we've got 40 guys, tenner each, it's an extra 400 quid in the pot. The junior one will be a fiver each, it's an extra 200 quid in the pot. If we go back to what we were talking about earlier, potentially having some rinks where it's 600 quid for the ice time, those two little things we just done there has put one tournament on. Just like that. Like that is exactly what we want. The profits from the jerseys, by the time we've paid for what they cost, the profits on the jerseys, again, around about that £600-700 mark, will nigh on put 2 tournaments on. So if we think on that, that's 3. And then you're going to have the shirt off the back. You're going to be able to win either Tate Shudra, and you'll be happy to know Tate wears a 3XL. The jersey off the back, I've actually brought it down a little bit because I have a 3XL here. It was what I was wearing on the podcast yesterday. That drowns me, and I'm 16 and a half stone. Like, I'm pretty solid. That drowns me. So made that one a little bit smaller. So if you see Tate out there struggling in a jersey for a game, that's because he's getting that game worn for you, baby. But yeah, you got his jersey, and you got the chance to win Malik Martelli jersey. In my opinion, 2 future Great Britain senior players. So good opportunity for you. You better buy tickets, £1 to go, or 6 tickets for a fiver. You better meet our sellers at the rink and pick those up. We're going to have other little bits and pieces as well. But again, you know, if we can get 300 quid for each of those jerseys, that's another tournament. And then you have the ticket money. This is what we're trying to do, folks. If we could make anywhere near 10 grand, we're looking at 10 plus tournaments, 10 to 15 tournaments, depending on how we divvy it up and stuff like that. That's fucking huge.
And that's exactly the path that we want to go in and where we want to be. Yeah, the vision we've spoke about so many times. And honestly, please, everyone, I don't like saying this, but like, I hope that you can see the vision, especially the what he's just shared. 4,000, I know, has certainly caused some controversies, but I think in the right way. But let's just say that when we do charity tournaments, when we do anything like that, like we're taking with the pure love of hockey, with everything that we do, and
Yeah.
with the model that we're trying to create, what with Watty's visions. He wants the best for British hockey. He wants to sort of push, get a reaction from this and create a path for players to be exposed, for players to be able to get the ice time and just grow the game as much as possible. And if you can support 4,000 and counting in that, it will go a really long way. It doesn't go into Watty's pocket, doesn't go into my pocket. It goes into the future of British hockey and the development. So if you believe in that and you want to get behind it, if you want to sponsor it in any possible way, get in contact with us and give us your proposals.
Mark, let's have a look here. No, group. Let's go in the group chat. Do you know what? I don't even need to do that. I'll just go into my Canva from today. It has been popping off. But first of all, let's go through which team is going to be wearing which jersey and their team names. So you've got El Banitos, which, by the way, is pretty legit. That is obviously Mr. Ali Band's team. They will be dressing in the retro Wayne Gretzky St. Louis Blues jersey from way back when. Unreal jersey. Then you have the Scotty McMuffins, and the Scotty McMuffins will be lining up in the white Colorado-based retro jersey. Low key might be my favorite, by the way. Shane Moore and the Morsey's Mutants, they will be wearing the Calgary Flames retro jersey, which also looks pretty cool. And then finally, my team, Sully's team, the Dirty Divas, will be lining up in the retro Pavel Bure Florida Panthers. I very nearly went with number 10, my old number, my first number. I wore it because of Bure, but then I was like, I know that, and the jersey's going for sale, so it doesn't really make sense. But yeah, so 49 jerseys still available. Get off your wallet. Let's go. Right. It has only been 10 hours since we put it out. Not even. Already, quarter of the jerseys have gone today. Excellent, and we can't thank you enough for getting on board. let's make sure the rest of these jerseys get sold. The quicker you can do that, the more time I've got to focus on other stuff and bringing in other money and bringing in other avenues. If I'm still pissing around trying to sell jerseys 2 days before the event, that's going to be an issue. Like I just want, do you know what I mean? I just want like the easy bits done, like
Speaking
jerseys.
from past experience.
Speaking from past experience, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but this is the fourth 4,000 and counting one, and obviously I did a peak fitness one, charity cup. So this is the fifth one of these I've done, and yeah, it's no joke. So the quicker this sort of stuff, I mean, in an ideal world, this would have all been done in June, and we would have been just smooth sailing. But yeah, need
Shit happens, and we
yeah, the ADHD
yeah.
needed the anxiety to really make me do it because there was too much time, and I like just went into ADHD mental block, and then I was like, "Fuck, I've got 4 weeks, right? Let's go." Like, honestly, today been on it all day in amongst clients and massages and everything else. And then redone my whole room, went shopping, redone my whole room, been on Canva all day. Just when the ADHD is working for you, it's working for you. And today it's working for me. Like it's working for me, dialed in. And then even jumping on and doing a podcast, feeling good, ready to go. Let's talk through, obviously we talked through the team colours. Let's go through the fixture list. So if I can find it. The fixtures are as follows. Here we go. So up first, opening the tournament is the new boys. It is Bandy. I know it's not. It's the El Banditos. I nearly went with the other team name that we nearly called him. And then they're taking on defending champs, the Scotty McMuffins. I've been traded. Scotty didn't pick me up this year. So it makes me want to beat him a little bit more because. And by the way, Lee Bonner's chucked a message in. He's on Bandy's team. He's like, I'm 1-0 in this thing, and I don't plan on going 1-on-1. So, there's a few guys that have been on different teams over the years that want to win it. I've been fortunate enough that I've won it the last twice, and I don't plan on losing it this time either. So there is going to be, even though it's guys, there's going to be no hit. No one's getting smoked out there. Like the boys play a full season, like 3 weeks after this. But it's going to be competitive, and you know what these games are like. They start heating up. The boys don't want to lose. No one wants to lose. It's fucking shit. Sully was still sulking this year about how shit his team was last year. He was moaning last night. And yeah, so as much as it's fun, the boys want to win. Absolutely. Don't forget, you can sponsor the trophy, actually. Let's go. The Dirty Divas, they're up second, and we will be taking on Morsey's Mutants. I'll run through the times of the games after I've ran through the games. Morsey's Mutants, they stay back out. They're on back-to-back games. They'll be taking on the Scotty McMuffins. And then El Banditos will be taking on the Dirty Divas. It's the double up for the Dirty Divas. They'll be staying out and they're taking on the Scotty McMuffins. And then the last round robin game of the day will be Morsey's Mutants taking on El Banditos. All games will be 3 points for a win and 1 point for a tie. Obviously, if it's in the final, there will be a shootout. I might have to adopt the Beauty League 3-putt shootout. I think it's fucking epic. It works. It's fast. Although, do you lose a bit of the razzmatazz from just a straight shootout that we got the year before? Game winner, not a big deal. Like, what? Fucking mate, no one could score. I didn't even think I was going to escape from the red line, escape into the goal line. Made it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll let you know about those rule changes or rule adaptations a little later on. Let's find it here. So, game number 1, if I can find it, is at 5:15. So the doors will open at 4. Feel free to come and get some stuff signed by the guys. They'll be kicking around by the dressing rooms and, probably sharing a beer and telling some stories. If you're in the rink and you want to come and say hello, please do. With our photographer, he's going to be taking pictures of people around the rink. If you don't want to be in any pictures, just let him know, give him a heads up. If you are in any pictures, please, if you've got 4,000 jerseys from previous years and stuff like that, let's pack the rink out in some 4,000 jerseys. There's enough of them out there.
Bring all your gear.
Do you know what I mean? There's enough of, like, this is the fourth one. Like, there's normally like 40 guys. So There's a good number of 4,000 counting jerseys in circulation now. And obviously, the tournaments, we never have the same jersey twice. So the jerseys we've
That's
had
very
every
true.
year are always different. The designs are always different. And the fact that we have four every year, plus a couple of ones for rec tournaments, I believe that we're rolling in on like 16, 18, 4,000 counting jerseys out there. And they're all different. Ali does a great job every time. I don't think we've ever had a bad jersey
Yeah,
off him, if I'm honest.
never. They've all been
Um,
decent.
yeah, they've all been good designs.
Oh,
Yes.
just a quick disclaimer in there. I want to put the 4,000 and counting. We'll not be charging for handshakes.
Hey, maybe we will. £10. I'm gonna ask Glasgow, message fucking Glasgow Clan and ask them how they go about getting a £10 handshake going for for charity though, maybe. Mate.
And I can think of a hand something for £10, but it's not gonna. Well, I suppose it could be a shake.
Hey, mate, it could be on the Reading Road in Slough, jeez. I'm sure you get more than you bargained for a tenner down there. I'm just trying to find the actual game times. Oh, I know, I put them on our story, didn't I? I've got stuff everywhere. So game times are as follows. Obviously, the first game is going to be 5:15. Second game is 25 to 6. Third game is 10 past 6. Fourth game is 6:30. The fifth game is 9:05, 5 past 7. And then the final game of the round robin is 7:25. That teases us perfectly into a bit more of a chill for the last hour. 7:45 sees the third and fourth. Don't expect the guys to be going balls out in that. Like they're out of the tournament at this point. It's a bit of fun. It's mainly to give the boys a rest who make the final. Okay, so that'll be a bit of fun. The final, slightly longer game, as it has been in previous years. We will again, can't promise anything. We would love to stream it live on our YouTube if that's doable and you are able to, volunteer and help us out with that. You have the equipment, you want to do it. Obviously, we're not going to pay anybody. Everything's going to charity this year. So if that's something that you want to be a part of and that's something you can provide, have at it. We'd love to stream the event on our YouTube channel. So we will see if that's something you can help with. Please get in touch. But yeah, the final takes place at quarter past 8. That should finish 20 minutes later, and at that point, in fact, actually probably change it, and we will do what we did in previous seasons, learning from experience. The photos with the player sponsors and the own and loans will be done between the third and fourth and the first and second game. That way, the boys can be getting off and be ready. The boys that are getting on can be ready. Everyone will need to be down to the DJ box with about 5 minutes to go. So that's the far side of the building, behind the benches in style. You need to be down there about 5 minutes prior. If you are getting an own and loan, there'll be a table outside the locker room where you'll be able to come and meet the players. They will come and deliver their jerseys to you. If you are getting your jersey delivered or one of the players are bringing it back, we'll make sure that that goes to them post game so it makes its way back to you. Mark, so that's the fixtures. Should we run through the teams?
Yeah, let's go.
Right, so Morsey's Mutants in the Calgary jerseys. We've got number 88, Shane Moore. Number 12, Deacon Fielder. Number 86, Chad Reeky. Number 54, Christian Moore. And Morsey had to get the brother involved. We got Seb Moore, number 9. Then Tate Shudra, he's going to be rocking number 98. Ethan Taylor, young Swindon kid, he's going to be in 12. Harry Harkup in 17. Dan Crow in 31. Guys, you'll notice on the own and loan, we've got blood jerseys this year. And the blood jerseys we've gone number-wise, we've gone with Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, and 77, Ray Bork. So we went with some legendary numbers. Instead of it being left blank, it's going to have 4,000 counting on the back. Basically, that's just to give us the option of adding 4 players as we go here. That is it. It's still 2 weeks away. If we can add 4 more guys, we will add 4 more guys. That is the plan. As much fucking rest as I can have in between shifts, sign me up. Sign me up to have an extra body on my team. That might buy me an extra 25 seconds of breathing time on the bench. And I know it's only a charity game, but I haven't skated since last year. And the time before I skated before that was the charity game before that. So, the legs are a little rusty. Get any excuses
By
in
the
early.
way, if you purchase the own and loan of a blood jersey and you can't make the game because you're in another part, like say you're away, wherever, it doesn't really matter, then if you'd like to get the jersey signed, then please let us know.
Absolutely, yeah. Just let us know if you want the jersey signed. What team have I got to? Let's go. Team. Oh, did I finish that? Yeah, I did. So did I? Did I say Dang Pro number 31?
Yes.
I did. Okay. Own and loan team band El Banditos. Number 24, Ali Band. Number 93, Ales Padalek. Number 15, Ty Kafka. Number 71, Josh Kelly. Number 16, Adam Erskine. Number 83, Steve Osmond, who Sully informs me last night is the sickest fucking roller hockey player you've ever seen. Um, our boy Bones, Mr. Lee Bonner, is in number 74. Matty Lauday is wearing number 11. Ethan James is going to be in number 39, and the blood jersey will be number 77. Then you've got Scotty Mack rocking the Colorado Avalanche. Scott McKenzie, number 77. TJ Anderson wears 98. Martin Schusters, defending champ, wears 77. Harvey Stead's back after a year off. He wears number 65. New on the block at number 13, we have Harry Ferguson, another defending champ. Scotty got a few of his boys back from last year. Number 8, Jake Price, another Telford lad. Number 39, Louis Newell. He's gonna be joining Scotty's team this year. Young Roman Cathcart wears 75. Shout out Matty Bloor, last minute step in, huge saviour for the boys. He's going to be lacing them up in net. Telford's back up, and then the blood jersey for that is number 97. Fast forward, we've got the Dirty Divas team. Sully, number 11, Zach Sullivan, number 49, Nicky Watt, number 25, Mr. Adam Bicknell. Nathan Longware's 97, Ollie Hemmings-Mayer in 91, Malik Martelli in 33. By the way, my game plan is to pass the puck to Malik. Anytime I've got the puck, pass to Malik. Number 34, Owen Dell is back after a year off as well. Thomas Gokan, he was there last year. He's back once again. Adam Long makes a return as well. He will be lacing them up in net for Team Sully. Blood jersey will be number 87, Sidney Crosby. There's your 4 teams, folks. That is shout out to all you guys that are, giving up your time and coming down and playing and that.
Yeah.
It's massive
Thank
for
you
us.
very much.
And hopefully it goes a long way to doing some stuff for junior tournaments up and down the country. That's what we're doing it for, ladies and gents. Mark, got a favourite there or what?
They got a favourite? No,
Yeah.
do you know what? I think they're well balanced teams.
I'm gonna go for a Team Sully versus the Scotty McMuffin final. I've got to back my own team, right? And out of the rest, Scotty, sisters, all those boys, they're gonna be good at that. They're gonna be good.
Yeah.
They're gonna
It's hard to look past the McMuffins.
but with these things can come down if your goalie's hot. Doesn't matter. We saw some good goalie performances last year, considering like sometimes defense is optional. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes the goalie's getting fucking hung out to dry, and they were making some big stops last year. We got some great photos last year as well, like absolutely brilliant photos.
Yes.
If you're gonna take photos this year, please feel free to do it on your phone and such. We will have our proper photographers taking photos with cameras and etc. If you do wish to take photos with a camera, please do give us a heads up. Don't just fucking rock up and start taking photos. If you do take them and you put them on social media at 4,000 count and tag them, the best ones we'll make sure we share and we'll repost on our stories and stuff like that. We want it to be inclusive. We want you guys to feel a part of it. I think DJing this year, I need to confirm, but Risha Compton, she's going to be jumping on there for us. We do need some volunteers. There'll be some posts going out about that in the coming days, maybe even a little live or two. But for now, we just want to make sure we get these jerseys sold. I believe we're on 12 jerseys sold already. And that's exactly what we want to keep pushing. If we can get that again tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, I'm fucking done. I don't have to worry. In fact, don't have as many this year, so I think it might even be less. If we can get a couple of days of shifting jerseys like that, it's really going to go a long way. What else do we need, Mark? I don't know. Been a lot
I
today.
think we've covered everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
I really look forward to it, man. It's always good fun. All the fans turn up, they get involved. Hopefully, we don't have any car park issues this year. I know there was issues last year, but at that time we were already into the rink. If we are going to hear of any sort of issues that we ran into last year, we will post about it on our social media. So stay tuned to that and make sure you're following 4,000 account, and any of that sort of update will go on there. If you haven't already, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stuff's going to start going back out on YouTube very soon. Might change up some of the stuff I do moving forward. Maybe some breaking down more individual incidents, kind of video style. We'll see. I need to learn how to do that. So I've got like 5, 6 weeks to learn how to do that before the season starts. I think it'll be interesting because no one in the UK is really doing it. And when I say no one in the UK, there's no one in the UK doing it. I'd like to do it. I'd like to break down plays, goals, all these different things. I just need to make sure I learn the copyright rules of how many seconds you're allowed before you then got to change something. I'll learn all that. If you're a whiz at any of that sort of stuff and want to help us out, then just slide into our DMs because I'm not. I'm just that simple. I'm just not. I'm not very good at it, but I'm willing to learn. And the content and the conversation and the talk will be good. I just need to make sure that all the rest of it looks good. Obviously, European trips will continue. Looking forward to getting a couple of them booked ASAP, actually. Hadn't realised that the fixtures were already out in some places. So Mark sent me a couple of lists over the other day, started going through. Yeah, the first European trip will be booked by next week, I would have thought. I'm at that kind of itchy fingers stage where I just want to start booking stuff. Also, it's cheap as shit if you book now. Like the dates I looked at in Vienna, it's 50 quid return flight
Nice.
from Gatwick with like bulletproof flight times. So like, yeah, I can get on board with that. And just things like that. Like it's why I booked all of my trips in like one day last time because I booked them so far in advance. It was like 50 quid, 60 quid, 90 quid, 40 quid. Like some of the flight deals I got last year was fantastic. And that's what's allowed us to go to Europe and do these things and bring you a different look. Experience Berlin, experience Cologne, Bern, Malmo, different leagues, and Brno, obviously, Prague, a couple of different levels in Prague, juniors in Berlin. Um, in Brno, we watched some juniors as well. So like last year, 4,000 counting got to do a whole bunch of great shit in Europe. We got to do some cool stuff in the UK, obviously Nottingham being the highlight of that. We will be looking to go again. I know we're having a little break here, but you can hear from what I was just talking about, everything I've just said there is the reason we're having a break. And I hope to come at you refreshed. I hope to learn a little bit more. We are looking for a main title sponsor. We haven't had a sponsor this podcast for about a year now, and it is time to go back to the sponsors. And if we do, like I say, we're not making money out of this, but I would like to be able to invest in a good camera. I'd like to be able to do stuff like that where when I'm in Europe, the content's a lot crisper. I don't have to worry about it being on my phone. I don't have to worry about people interrupting the content. There's just going to be ways of improving it and improving the audio and everything that would make the videos much more visually appealing. So we're going to be looking at getting sponsors on board. Obviously, next year there's going to be a lot of tournaments to plan and stuff like that. We'll be planning them with the clubs. It's not going to be all us. We're going to be communicating with clubs, managers, coaches, whoever it may be. And we openly invite like the England ice hockey and Scottish ice hockey to be a part of this. Fuck
Yeah,
it. We invite you to match the money.
absolutely. Why
We
not?
invite you to match it. If you match it, that's treble the tournaments right there. Like I know it sounds crazy, but it might just work. And it's a great opportunity for the youth in the UK. We want to make it work. We will take any sort of investment, any sort of sponsorship, anything that's going to allow us to do more of this. If that is your company, if that is your grant, if that is your hedge fund, if that is whatever, and you're interested, let us know. Honestly, it will go such a long way. We want what's best for the UK kids, and that is top to bottom as well. We would love to
Yeah.
be able to put tournaments on for under 10s, cross ice and stuff like that. And we would love to be able to put on, the best of under 16s and under 18s. I like the idea of, let's say, for example, there's 5 tournaments at under 16s and it's Chelmsford. These aren't just roll with me. Chelmsford, Solway, Dundee, and I'm just picking names here, Swindon and Guildford. And they obviously all have 6 teams at each tournament, including the host team. Yeah. I would then like to have the 6 winners play in a tournament at the end of the year. Let's get the 6 best. We pick whatever venue's good to host, because obviously we're going to have teams from all over, and you can get some really competitive tournaments going, and that's what we want. I don't want to see teams getting dummied. Obviously, it's junior hockey. Some teams are going to be better than other teams. Some teams they'll score a few goals. I get that. But we want our tournaments to be competitive. And when it comes down to talking to the clubs, let's say, for example, Solway are hosting a tournament on behalf of 4,000 and counting. I want similar level teams to what the host is. If you played a team last week and beat them 12-1, and you played them twice last year and you beat them 10-0 and 7-0, they're not fucking invited. If you played a team last year and it's 4-3 and you played them this year and it's 3-2, they're invited. That's the kind of standard of hockey we want to see. We can put tournaments on for fun. Yeah, great. But we also want competitive hockey. We want the players to want to win it.
You've also got the potential from like the regional tournaments as such. The winners of each regional tournament could then go on to have one finale.
Yeah.
Like you really could get the best, filter it down to the best of the best.
I like that. And again, with the right investment, and if anybody does want to invest in the part 2 of the plan will be to send the MVP of each tournament on one day at the end of the year for a day at Ozone. On ice coaching with Mizey, 4D and the boys down there. Off ice coaching with Big Roop, and everything in between. I might even come and dust out and help Big Roop or something down there. Maybe Sean Thompson, like get some ex-pros down there that are involved in the fitness and involved in that side of it, and just make it an absolute must be attending. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to want the MVP.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, this will be a good prize. It'll be all the other MVPs from across the tournament. If you haven't been to Ozone, go and check them out. They're awesome down there. The facility's great. The coaching's great. I'm a big believer in the pep. I'm a big believer in what Mizey's doing and his vision. And that place is going from strength to strength. Any way we can support that, and that then comes back to us by supporting the kids, then absolutely it's a must. So that's kind of the 4,000 and counting plans, ladies and gents. I know we've gone on quite a while, and I didn't realize there was that much to talk about with regards to the charity game. There really is, and I hope you can see the passion that we're bringing, and that we really want to make this a success. Open to offers to host senior tournaments in other parts of the country. So we've talked about Solway, we've talked about Dundee as potential openings for 4,000 in charity games in the future. If you think your rink would be willing to accommodate a 4,000 and counting tournament, please let us know. And if you're a manager or involved in running any rinks and it's something you think we might be able to do together, again, please let us know. We're happy to do a few of these things if it means getting more money in the pot and being able to deliver more tournaments to the kids. Mark, anything else from you, mate?
No, absolutely not. I think that's everything done.
Well, ladies and gents, if you haven't already, please head to ticketlab.co.uk, get yourself a ticket. If you want to purchase one of the Own and Loan jerseys, they are £65. If you check on our stories of Facebook, periodically we will be updating the sold ones. I mean, it seems to be happening quite fast today, putting them into the group chat and then trying to update online and stuff like that. please send us a message. We will respond to you in the best timely fashion that we can. Obviously, we both have day jobs and other bits and pieces going on. But Mark, thank you very much. Nice to see you as always, ladies and gents. Make sure you stay subscribed if you are, and if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. It does go a long way to help the channel. Like, do all the other good stuff, and we will see you again for another episode very, very soon. Peace.
Peace.